but every care is being taken to create a tropical atmosphere. Behind me, they're hard at work filming AHA's latest video. Even though it's 10 o'clock at night, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Okay, so gentlemen...
In a very busy two-day schedule, all the technical sides of the studio have to be perfect. Especially bright lighting was called for, and while the lighting men were hard at work, the cameraman was lining up his shots.
I'm going to run a line, get an equal distance there.
There was a wind machine for special effects, and as the first scene was being prepared, I met the group. Okay, how did you all meet?
Magna and I were neighbors from we were 3 years old or something, and by accident we met Morten.
We knew about each other somehow. You know. We didn't know what. I mean, I don't think they knew that I was going to be singing. You know, it was rather finding somebody who had the same conviction or who wanted to do, you know, wanted to leave everything behind and go for something.
Who writes the songs?
I wrote this one, but it's different from each song.
Do you write together?
Sometimes.
Not really.
Try not to. I guess it's Magna and I who write most of the songs.
Well.
Yes, you know each other for ages.
That's why we don't write together.
You write in separate rooms.
Good.
Do you always immediately like the songs that the others have written, or does it take a fair amount of persuasion to get you to do them?
You can't persuade somebody to like a song. I mean, not like that.
No, but to do them, you can.
You may have to listen to it
all the time.
You may have to listen to it a couple of times, but you recognise something that's good.
Is there a bit of competition then?
A bit.
Just a bit.
You may not see the glass door here, but...
As with any video, a storyboard of little cartoon drawings is the first stage. The storyboard is particularly important in this video. It's complicated, involving drawings and live action, so the storyboard has to be followed closely when it comes to filming. Paul explained the story to me.
Well, the name of the song is Hunting High and Low, and I guess it portrays a guy that nothing stops him in looking for whatever he's looking for. If he comes to a mountain, he turns into a bird and flies over it. Everything there's nothing he will do to keep on hunting for whatever.
It's just a kind of song, you know, it's kind of a flowing, slow song, and it fits. It's you know, big landscapes, huge landscapes, kind of fits the mood of the song. You know, I guess it's been digging up, our director's been digging up all sorts of landscape shots and stuff, so some of Africa.
But the video begins with Morten in a snowy Norwegian landscape.
And she's sweeter now than the wildest dream could have seen her, and I watch her slipping away, but I know I'll be hunting high.
The moody, romantic setting is far from the Arctic Circle. It's in the studio.
Right, here we go then.
By means of the old television trick of colour separation overlay, the background can be keyed in. So depending on the pictures they choose, Morten can seem to be walking anywhere.
One more, please. Closer.
The finishing touches are put in at the video editing stage with the director, Steve Barron, who made AHA's first video, Take On Me. What are you doing?
We're putting the shot of Morten shot in the studio, which is a black silhouette on a white background, putting it onto a snowscape. But there's a piece of library footage. What we need to do to make it look convincing is put a shadow on Morten, because there would naturally be a shadow if he was really there. He'd have a shadow that would come towards the camera, and it would lay flat on the ground and stretch in perspective and move towards us. Over that shoulder. Mountains over there.
Oh,
Yes,
it's that
on the
type of
horizon. Now, mountains horizon, and you walk into the shot, okay, as you move in, yeah, just take one step back, and as you move in...
It takes a lot of time to make this kind of filming look convincing, and Steve gave Morten explicit instructions. This bit's complicated enough, but any second now, Morton's going to turn into an eagle.
Just before you go into the...
Steve explained how that particular miracle is achieved.
Actually hand-drawn, frame by frame, like in the Disney method, but we're using an electronic computer paintbox machine, computer-controlled, and we're able to line up both images of the image of Morton and the image of the eagle taking off, and to build it progressively the stages of how his wings grow out of his arms, out of his jacket, and how the legs disappear from him, so that it all becomes one smooth transition.
Koselig med den norske venner fra Norge. Story of the video. Well, basically, to cut it short, all I know is that Steve Barron came up with this brilliant script really for Hunting High and Low. Basically, in order to conquer a mountain or to climb a mountain, you become, or I become an eagle. And in order to conquer the sea, the ocean, I become a shark.
And how does Morton become a shark? The storyboard has him diving off a high cliff into the sea. And to achieve this, a stuntman was brought into the studio, diving onto a mattress. During his magical dive, Morton sprouts fins through computerized graphics. And he even ends up with a shark's tail. To complete the scene, Morton jumped onto the mattress himself, so it looked as if he made the dive. The shark is another piece of library film, but they also used a dummy one made out of rubber. The underwater sequence was shot in the tank in the studio with frogmen, special lighting effects, and an underwater camera. In this scene, the shark was speared. It all had to look very realistic.
Spear?
Spear. Yeah, just use a broomstick or something.
Well, he's got
As long as we don't damage this thing with it.
Yeah.
It's quite soft.
The position of the shark has to be exact if it's going to match the library film.
Lower the shark, please, yeah?
Lower the shark.
Lower with the shark and the spear.
Try the shark button.
Camera's running, right. And action!
It looked comical in the studio, but it works in the video. Soon it was Morton's turn to be dramatic. But he needs you to act, doesn't he?
Act?
Yes.
I
yes,
can't
that
act.
sort of thing.
Not far. I think you can make it out. Promise?
This is the point when Morton changes into a lion.
Hand in, so at the end of your hand would be there, so it'd be lion flat. Yeah. Head back.
The shot concentrated on his hand changing into a lion's paw.
Right, turn over please, Paul. Speak. Okay, camera's running. Up the beach with the hand. Up the beach a bit. Yeah, that's it. Is that the way he takes you?
This was Morton's final transformation in the video. Having changed from an eagle to a shark to a lion, I asked him about his forthcoming tour.
1st of June, actually. Whole of June in Australia, and then July in Japan. And then it's the States, and then Europe.
When do you get here?
I don't know exactly when, but sometime in the autumn, probably late autumn.
You'll be very tired by then, won't you?
There's a reason for that. We're all heavily allergic in the summer, so we can't really function at that time. So we have to go somewhere where we don't have that. So we go to Australia where it's winter at that time.
You'll come back in the cool.
Yep.
That's the story of how an AHA video is made, and this is the finished result, with a few special behind-the-scenes glimpses of the group in action.
And she's sweeter now than the wildest dream could have seen her, and I watch her slipping away, but I know I'll be hunting high and low. There's no end to the lengths I'll go to, hunting high and low. There's no end to the lengths I'll go to find her again upon this my dreams are depending. Bluebird dark sends the pounding of her heart next to mine. She's the sweetest love I could find. So I guess I'll be hunting high and low. There's no end to the lengths I'll go to. High and low. Do you know what it means to love you? I'm hunting high and low, and now she's telling me she's got